Hey everybody, Matt Makish here. Today we're going to be discussing how to conquer your mind and become magnetic. In other words, attractive. You know, the number one thing you have to do in order to conquer your mind is you need to be able to stop caring what others think and actually care about what you think. It's more important about what you think of yourself, guys. You know, a lot of us care way too much about what other people think. It's really what matters in here, guys, and it's super important. We need to be able to put a price on our time. Putting a price on your time means that you really care about what you think about yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if you put a price on your time, it means you respect yourself. A lot of people nowadays, they don't put a price on their time, and people just take time for granted. And that's the worst thing you can do. You know, tomorrow's not promised, ladies and gentlemen. I always say this, tomorrow's not promised because, you know, tomorrow you could walk outside and get hit by a truck and then your life's over. People will think about you for one day, your funeral, and then you'll be a thought in the dust. So tomorrow's not promised, and you gotta put a price on your time because your time is valuable and you need to make sure people know that. Even if they don't even talk to you, they can just tell by your body language that, you know, your time is valuable by the way you carry yourself. A lot of people do not put prices on their time. They just waste their time. And that's literally the worst thing you can do is waste your time. You know, people with lots of money, the one thing people ask them, like, what do you want more of if you have all the money? And they say, I want more time. That's why you guys need to see this. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, I need the money. I don't need the time. No, your time is your most valuable asset, okay? And it's the most important thing is your time, because once your time's up, there's no more time. You can't get more time. That's why Jeff Bezos is investing in this company to like end aging. He's investing in this company so he can like stay young forever, even though he's like 50 or 60. I don't know how old he is, but he's investing in this company that's working on like restoring youth, working on destroying aging with science, basically. So it just shows that, you know, even if you have a lot of money, you just need more time. Like a lot of people who are billionaires, but they say like we would trade all our money to have more time or to go back to being 20. This brings me to the concept of regret. You don't do the things you want to do, then you're going to regret them for your whole life. And that's my biggest fear. Regretting something you could have done better, or regretting something you didn't go after. And then you just spend your whole life thinking about it, regretting it. That's the biggest fear of mine. And you have to go after the things you want in life so that you do not have that regret that will eat away at you for your whole life, for your remainder of your life. You know, another thing I like to do is treat everybody you meet like they are the most important person in the world, because they are. This creates like a magnetic aura around you because people are attracted to people that make them feel good. You know, in my case, guys, I'm funny and mysterious. That's like the two things I've got going for me, funny and mysterious. But I mean, that was just a joke. But, you know, those two things people like. I'm like Kevin Hart if he was actually Batman. Like if Batman was real and Kevin Hart, who's comedian, actor, entrepreneur during the day, was actually Batman. Funny and mysterious. And he was Dark Knight by night. You know, so, or, you know, here's another thing, okay? This is who I am. I'm The Rock wearing a fanny pack in the 90s, okay? He was trying to make fanny packs look cool. I don't know if he did that, but it's a funny picture, so that's basically me. Just The Rock in the 90s trying to wear a fanny pack. Yeah. But it's just funny because he's like the man now, but in the 90s, he was wearing a fanny pack. And he was actually pulling it off. Those things are really, you can't pull those off, fanny packs, but The Rock did it. The Rock did pull it off. Okay, so, all right, that was just to make you guys laugh, okay? But anyway, when you start realizing that and treating people like they're the most important people in the world, whether it's a billionaire or a homeless guy on the street, that just shows like how good of a person you are and how good intentions you have really can open up so many doors and so many opportunities for you, because then you start building these connections with people, business associates, and you start networking. It was unintentional networking because you're just a nice person and you're just being, you know, genuine and kind, and you like to ask people about themselves and get to know other people because, you know, tomorrow's not promised. So you want to make the time that you have and the people you come into contact with, you want to make that time actually be to your benefit and be useful. You know, that's like my two buddies I see at the gym every morning. You know, Pete, Dave, Mike. my buddies I see every morning at the gym, and we're all like nice people, kind people. We all have like the same work ethic, that killer work ethic, that never sleep, going after what you want, combat war zone work ethic. You know, we've become all really good friends because we just have that same awareness and outlook on life. And so we bond on a lot of things and we connect on a lot of things because we're like very similar people in the aspect that we go after what we want and we lead, we make the rules. Like, you know, we're there before everyone. We're there 30 minutes, an hour before everyone, before the gym even opens. Like they let me and my buddy Pete, my buddy Mike in before the gym even opens. And that just shows like, why the hell are we there before the gym opens? Because we're going after what matters in life. We're chasing our purpose. We're grinding it out. We'll sleep when we're dead. Guys, sleeping is 1/3 of your life. Imagine that, okay? So you sleep 8 hours a day for your whole life. By the time you're 100, you slept 1/3 of your life. Think about that, guys. Even though we need some sleep, but we've wasted 1/3 of our life sleeping. Imagine if you could just go on 4 or 5 hours of sleep like I've been doing and making a day successful just by doing that and utilizing your time. Even though it's only 4 or 5 hours of sleep, you know, you'll sleep when you're dead. You gotta have that mentality, that hard mentality, guys. When people see how you treat others and how you're super kind, you would only be able to do that if you're an alpha. That's a true alpha, guys. Kind, strong, can talk to anyone, reserved sometimes, but confident and focuses on himself. That's a true alpha. And I'm talking about for men and women, alpha men and alpha women. That's a true alpha, like focuses on yourself, confident, can talk to anybody, is super kind. That's the #1 alpha skill, guys, is being kind, empathetic towards others. You can't do those things unless you're confident with yourself, you know, a strong individual. Because, you know, if you're miserable like Scrooge on Christmas, right? You're not gonna be nice to people because you're such a miserable freaking person, radiates out of you. But if you're the opposite of that, it also radiates out of you, and people love to be around that person who's attractive like that and who's magnetic like that. So think about it, guys. And don't forget to like this video if you like what I'm putting out there. Give me a like, subscribe, share. Don't be afraid to comment, guys. I want you guys commenting. Remember, a lot of people take their time for granted. I've done it in the past and I've wasted so much time in the process of doing that, taking my own time for granted. So let's stop wasting time. Like I said, tomorrow's not promised. You could literally walk out your door tomorrow and something happens and you're gone forever. And people, like I said earlier in the video, people will remember you for a day and then that'll be it. So make your time count on this planet. Make it worth it. So when your time's here, people remember you for the good things you've done, the life choices you made to make other people's lives better. It's so important. You gotta keep the faith. You gotta keep the faith in yourself. Keep the faith things are gonna get better because they are. Doesn't matter how hard things are now, things will get better as long as you keep the faith and don't give up. You can't give up, guys. If you give up, all you've worked for, all the hard shit you've worked for is gonna be because of nothing. So you can't give up. You have to grind it out, guys. It'll all be worth it in the end. So just remember that. All right, I love you guys. I want you guys to remember, choose happiness. We can just be miserable about how hard things are right now or what we've got going on in our life, or we can choose with our mental, with our strength, our inner strength, we can choose to be happy, okay? And not let all the other little things in life bother you. That's why I'm always saying, be grateful for the little things, because we take those things for granted. We never tell ourselves what we're grateful for. It's really important to remember to be grateful for the little things so you can remind yourself, help you to stay focused, calm, and centered while doing so. Okay.